Do you think there's a chance for Moncton to get a team in the Canadian Premier League?
In the Maritimes, the only province that could get another Premier League team here is Moncton, New Brunswick.
What was it like growing up in Moncton?
So my dad didn't like the big city, the noise. He's like, bring me somewhere that's a bit more calm and also that's Francophone as well. The World Cup is actually coming here to Moncton. They're doing an event, FIFA.
Okay.
Colombia had the first ever Women's World Cup win here in Moncton.
Wow.
That's when they scored.
Okay.
I was behind the Colombian fans. I had shivers. I can pick it up. Our advantage that Canada has, other teams don't have is... So firstly, we actually came to Toronto. So we came from Congo. Not from Congo, we came from Uganda because we had to flee the war from Goma to Uganda, which is close to the border.
Okay.
And then from there on, we went to Uganda. And then from Uganda, we came to Toronto. Nice. And then Toronto, my dad didn't like the big city, the noise. He's like, bring me somewhere, that's a bit more calm. And also that's Francophone as well. So that's when he's like, we can bring you to New Brunswick, because New Brunswick is the only Francophone and English bilingual province in Canada. So that's when we came to Moncton, and yeah, since then it's been a journey.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Actually, we came to Dieppe just to make sure. Dieppe, Moncton,
instead of like Moncton, it was like straight into Dieppe because did he speak any English when?
So my dad speaks over 5 languages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he knew for us, because when we came here, I learned French and English here.
Oh, okay.
So over there, I didn't really learn any of those languages. I only knew like Swahili and Lingala a bit, and some of the Ugandan language as well.
Okay.
But I didn't know anything like when it came to like French, English. I've heard it, but not really like went to school and learned. So basically, when we came here, we had to like basically learn. When you're young, it's easier, I guess, to learn all those languages.
Yeah.
But it gave us a boost because we already knew like 2-3 languages. Then we just had to add 2 more. So like right now I speak up to like 4 languages. So
what was it like growing up in Moncton? Like, I guess, 16 years ago. 16 years ago, I would say. I would
say almost 20 years ago actually. So growing in Moncton, it was interesting. Yeah. It was interesting because like when I look at it back then and now, everything kind of changed and it went by so quickly, because I would tend to go to like Montreal, Halifax, and Moncton always looks small. But now when I look at it, Moncton's like growing very quickly and like catching up to all these other big cities. So like the greater Moncton area especially is like at one point was one of the fastest growing like regions in North America. So when I look at it now and I see everything that's going on, that's happening, I'm actually not surprised. But it was good growing up in Moncton. It was different at start because not a lot of immigrations. We're one of the first ones to be there, so we kind of all knew each other. But now it's like, no. There's so many people that are different around the world that you basically you can't really, know people like before. But before it was very small, more community, but it's getting bigger. But it's been good.
Yes, I love to hear the stories of people from like 20, 30, 40 years ago, because I'm new to the city basically, and I like to get a feel of what was it like growing up, because I didn't grow up here. But it's interesting. So while you were in high school, were you playing soccer with the city? What was it like, or with your school?
So like when I even before coming like to Canada, I was always playing soccer. So for me, it was just like, that's the only thing I knew growing up. So like, even I was in high school, middle school, elementary, like I was always playing all the soccer teams that my school had. I played through all of them. That's how I made friends. That's how I kind of integrated quicker. Yeah. Because you have practice, you have games, you have to work with each other, you have to talk to each other. So quickly you just integrate so much faster, I find, for me. And that's how I made friends easier. I got to know my surroundings as well. And really gave me opportunities to also like travel around the whole region of New Brunswick and Canada and the United States. So it's just pretty good.
Now that you mentioned the United States, I know you had offers to play in the United States or go to other places in Canada when you went to university? Why did you choose U de Moncton?
First was just like, so I had, when I was in high school, I was playing the academy, the high performance academy, New Brunswick High Performance Academy. So we train every day, like 6-7 times per week. So we had morning practices and also like evening practices. And when I started off, I was a decent player, I would say. And then I got I got better quickly with time. And you know, when you're growing from 14 to like 17, your body, everything grows. And then we used to go play in the United States a lot, in Boston, in Maine. Nice. And eventually, when you're doing good, you know, the scouts, they see you and they're interested. Yeah. And yeah, so I definitely had a few offers. And then I liked them, was interesting, but I always liked staying close to my home, staying close to family. You know, in our Congolese, you know, like culture, we're always like family oriented a lot. So we like always to stay together. And our parents kind of implemented that in us. And that's one of the reasons, especially when you're very young, like at 17, 18, you know, our parents were just like, you know, you have to stay home, you have to do this. But then obviously with time, I just realized like it was actually for me probably the best decision, because everything that I got after staying, I don't think I would have gotten it anywhere else. Mm-hmm. So that's why I really like staying in Moncton.
I love it. And yeah, it's staying with us, in Honduras. Mm-hmm. I'm from Honduras, Central America. Mm-hmm. We're close to family. We want to stay close to family all the time. Mm-hmm. And I really think about my parents. Mm-hmm. I think about like the role they play in me growing up. Mm-hmm. And I love to ask, what was the role that your father played in you getting involved with soccer overall?
Mm-hmm. So my parents, so the thing is, when growing up, they always push us to like go play soccer, which was good, but they never put us pressure of like, you have to do good, you know, because our parents, they had to work like 2-3 jobs, you know, and then they like, I always remember like having your parents come to watch you was like the best day of your life, you know. Your parents are there because they usually come to all the games just because they have to work a lot, but they always pushed us to go and play. And they never asked us like, did you score this much goals? Did you win? It was always like, do you have fun? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you sweat enough, you know? And I think that was something that kind of stuck with us growing up. We never had the pressure of being the best or the pressure of like, you know, they just were like, okay, you guys have fun, you guys, you know? For them, it was just like, they're leaving us at daycare. And basically go there, enjoy yourself, and then if you come back home, make sure you just come back home in one piece. that was the only thing. So
yeah, I agree. But yes, I have a boy. He's 2 years old, and I love for him to get involved into soccer, because any sport, basically. I want him to do whatever he enjoys doing, right? But I feel like soccer, for example, it's a team sport, and you learn discipline, but you also learn that you have a coach, and you need to listen, and you need to follow instructions, and yeah, basically you have a boss, but you also have that competitiveness of sport, because as a soccer, it's like nothing is gifted to you. You have to earn it, right? And that's how life works too.
Exactly.
Like once you go into to get a job, you need to compete with other 50 people, right? Exactly. Same in sports. So so what's the mindset right now that you are trying to instill in the kids whenever there's a kid that wants to play professionally, maybe? How do you approach?
That's really good, the way you said it, because like here in Canada, a lot of like sports are more based on community, right? So the sports, the competitiveness of every like that comes into the play of each individual is a bit different. When it comes to like football, from hockey, from soccer and basketball, we have hockey. You have more of the parents that want to push their kids to play professional. Basketball, not so as much here in our region. It's most likely hockey. So soccer is in that category. I find a lot here in the region. Not people are really pushing for the kids to go play professional, probably like universities to get scholarships. But when there's a kid that wants to actually go and play professional, I just tell them like, enjoy yourself, you know, go out there, do your best, work hard, because a lot of kids don't understand. For example, me, I had the chance to play with a lot of good players that are playing with the national team right now, play against them, with them. For example, Jacob Schaffelberg, that's, you know, on the national team right now. So like I had a chance to compete like these guys, and I know what it takes. The difference between a lot of us and them is when you come from New Brunswick, unfortunately, there's a barrier of like, you're not exposed as much as other players, you know, just because you come from a smaller province, they kind of underestimate you a lot. So I tell them like, you're gonna have to work 2 times, 3 times more probably than the guy beside you for them to just even look at you, you know? So you have to always work hard, make sure you're doing, you know, the right things, you know, staying, you know, strict what you're doing, and also not be scared to fail as well, because that's how you're gonna learn quicker. As long as you're failing or you're not doing it right, even if it does not look good, but as long as you're learning from that and not letting get into your head, that's how you're gonna pass them even more. Because if you're always doing something and it's just always working, that means something is probably a bit wrong, you know, especially in the soccer world, you know, because you have to take risks, you have to do this. And that's what I tell them a lot, is like, make sure you're working hard, make sure you're not scared to fail, and enjoy yourself. And you always have to have fun. It's very, very important.
Yes, I love that. I was reading something the other day. The ability to fail quickly. So when you fail quickly, you realize this is not working. I need to make a change, right? So it's actually an ability that can take you far. So I guess it's the same in sports. The faster you fail, the easier you can adjust to become better.
Exactly. And that's what I had as well. Like growing up, like people be like, how do you juggle so much? Like, I would juggle with my this, my head, my shoulders, my head, everything. How you do it? But I've failed so much at home. I've missed so many. If you ask my dad, like we broke windows with TVs. My mom would scream, you know. And then when I get to school, and they're like, I would juggle anything. An apple, I would juggle an orange, like anything. And they're like, how does he even do it? But I've practiced so much. I've failed so much when I was at home. Like, you know, and then when I get there, it's so easy for me that, like, you know, and that's why I knew, it's like, I always wanted to try. Even if I was like, how can I juggle from my feet, my knees, to my shoulders, to my head? I would fail 100 times, but when I got it, and it just goes quickly.
Yeah, you have to show us, because I have like
anything if you want, I can keep it up.
Like super light. Yes. Well, now I was reading an article about you actually. So you sit on the national. Let me find this. It's the Canada Soccer's Incident Review Body. How did that happen?
So basically,
what is it? So for people that don't know.
So basically, the review body for Canada Soccer is basically we review all the incidents that basically happen with that happen in the sports department, professional sports. So this is just professional. So basically, that will be the Women's Professional League in Canada and the Men's Professional League in Canada. So we review all the incidents that happen with the players, the referees, the coaches, the fans, basically even the stadium staff. So there's a lot of stuff that come into play with that. It's a very, very big model. But a good thing about me is like I've studied criminology. I graduated criminology. Yes. So that's a bit of my line of work as well when it comes to like reviewing the policies, making the right decision. So basically, I saw an opportunity as well as being one of the East Director of Soccer New Brunswick. I had the chance. I was referred as well to apply, and then everything went well in the interview. They took me off right away. The season had already kind of started, so I had to catch up on a lot of the readings. There's a lot of reading to do, but now I'm basically into it, and I really, really like it a lot because it's like something I did in university, but soccer oriented.
That's crazy.
Which is amazing. So it's like now it's like I have to listen, for example, when players, incident happen, listen, make the right decision, and make sure we review all the right documents. So basically, it's something that I like a lot, especially it's at the toppest level of football in our country. So basically, we're a group of people that just make sure everything is run smooth at the games. The teams, they kind of understand the procedures, security, so all those stuff that comes into play, which is amazing.
Yes, I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to move to Canada, because you get to follow your passions here in Canada. It might sound cliche, but like 5 years ago, if you would have told me you're going to be running a video production company in Canada, and that's all you're going to do, like I would have thought you're crazy, you're out of your mind. Like combining criminology with soccer, like those opportunities don't probably exist on
exactly, because I've never thought about it. For example, me, when I look at the board that we have, for example, as well as being one of the youngest person sitting on that review body as well.
Yeah.
So like when I look at that and I'm like, a few years ago I love football, but I've never would have connected both to them. Like never would have been like, oh, criminology can go with soccer.
Yeah.
But now it's like, when I see how like here everything is well structured and everything kind of makes sense, everyone can bring a piece of what they've learned into the game of soccer. It's not just the players on the field or the coaches, but like there's a whole ecosystem, that's already there, and everyone can bring a share, which is amazing, regardless of what you worked in. For example, if you've done studies in psychology, you can be a psychologist for football.
Yes.
If you've done studies in nutrition, you can be a football nutrition, or soccer, sorry, for those. But basically, like anything you've done, soccer the ecosystem of soccer is so large.
Yes.
Please understand, like anything you've done, if you're passionate about the game, just go study what you like. You can always find something in soccer. Always, especially like in a country like Canada that has so many opportunities for everyone when it comes to sport and it comes to like engaging others. So
nice. So you're on the Soccer Dieppe's board. You're also East Region Director for Soccer NB. You're part of the Canada Soccer's national disciplinary body. So you have a perspective on like different angles. Where do you feel soccer is going in the next 5 to 10 years for Canada?
To be honest, like I feel like it's going, for me, I feel it's going the right direction in Canada from what I'm seeing from all the other regions, and how just lately Mark Carney, our Prime Minister, just invested over $700 million into soccer, basically for our country, which is really, really big.
Wow.
And it's amazing. We thank him for that. But yeah, like I see it going in the right direction just with having the World Cup coming. Like the World Cup is just going to boost the sport to another level. Like people already love soccer. It's the most played sport in the country. In New Brunswick, it's the most played sport either. So like now I just feel like when people are going to actually see like, oh, I can actually be the next Alphonso Davies. I can be the next
Jacob
Schafferberg, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Lamine Yamal. When they're gonna see that, they're gonna be like, okay, so I can actually make it. And that's when, the structure, we already have it. We have a women's Premier League, we have a men's Premier League. Our women's team was Olympic champions, so we see how that has grown. And now we just need to keep going with the grassroots. A lot of work has to be done there still, but I think it's heading in the right direction.
Do you think there's a chance for Moncton to get a team in the Canadian Premier League?
We hope.
I would love that so much.
It's honestly, ideally, I'm not gonna be a politician, but what I'm gonna say is there's in the Maritimes, the only province that could get another Premier League team here is Moncton, New Brunswick. And that I gotta say, in the Maritimes, there's no other place in the Maritimes that can get a team other than Moncton, New Brunswick. And I really hope our leaders see the opportunity that is behind getting a professional team in Moncton. For example, in Halifax, the mayor of Halifax, when I was speaking with Eunice, our executive director, he said that the mayor of Halifax said that Wonders was the best thing that happened to the city of Halifax in the last 10 years. So now, and the Wanderers today is one of the most selling teams in terms of like tickets and everything in the Premier League. So like Maritimers, we have a way of loving our teams or being behind our teams. I'm not saying the other province don't, but it's different than Maritimes, and you feel it. And basically I just hope, really cross my fingers in the next at least 5 years, because we're building domes and all the stuff are coming. hopefully too, but hopefully the team comes with it as well. And I think that's going to boost the game in our region. For sure.
I get super excited because, when I learned that Canada was getting like a professional league, I was like, okay, so what about Moncton? Because I was already thinking about Moncton. And there's even a group on Facebook that is asking for Moncton to have a team. So I would love, I would do like a lot of things to get that.
Because I experienced the Women's World Cup 10 years ago. I was a ball boy on the sidelines. And I remember Colombia had the first ever Women's World Cup win here in Moncton.
Wow.
I was when they scored that goal, it was like in the last minutes when they scored.
Okay.
I was behind the Colombian fans. I had shivers.
Yeah.
I'm not even from Colombia. But just seeing how, and that was in Moncton. And I had a ball like this, and I remember I turned and the fans, everyone was wild, happy. I had shivers. I was like, what's happening? And that's football. That's the magic. That's the passion. And we already had that in Moncton. We had the women's Canadian national team play in Moncton. Christine St. Clair, she scored a last-minute goal. I was at the stadium. I watched her score. The fans were crazy. It was a cold night. It was a cold night too. Wow. I remember. But the Canadians, they're so tough. They stick behind. The game was not a good game. 0-0. St. Clair scored. The heat was like we're somewhere was very heatful. And I remember that moment, and I was like, now this city needs a professional soccer team, because we had the Women's World Cup, then we had the Under-20 Women's World Cup. So we had like a major events in here in Moncton. We're ready for those major events, and I just think we just need someone to invest and put the time, because we have the people that are ready to work in soccer in our region, that are qualified and professional and respectful. And I think that if we get that team, a lot of good things are going to happen going forward.
I love it. So, World Cup.
Yes.
June 11th.
Yes.
Canada plays the opener, I think.
Yes.
So it's the first World Cup with 48 teams, and we're hosting it with the US and Mexico. I just want to explain a bit of the format. So 12 groups with 4 teams each. The first 2 spots go to the next round, and then let me look it up. So it's the 8 best thirds, something like that.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Also move to the next round. So it's a bigger World Cup. Canada will be playing Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. What are our odds for the World Cup? Yes.
I think we're really good right now. Even though we had a few injuries in the season, but I think we're really good going forward for the World Cup. It's going to be really tough games. Bosnia, a very tough team. Switzerland, a very tough team. And what's the other team again? Sorry, you said? Qatar, a very tough team too, actually. So from Asia. So we have very, very, very big teams coming to play here in Canada, but our advantage that Canada has, obviously that fans don't have, and other teams don't have, is we have
the local
12
factor.
Army, the Red Army. We have the Canadian fans, and I think that that's something that you cannot buy. That passion behind it, that team is going to be amazing. And I think that we're going to do better than we did in Qatar. A lot better in Qatar. Because home, Canada, really, when we play home, I don't know if you've seen the last games, we played the US here, critical game at home, was at minus something. We came through. Most home games here that we play in Canada, we always do good. So I think that during the World Cup, I don't see anything happening other than Canada going through that group.
Yes, I love it. I think we're going through as well. Then the next rounds, it takes a lot of games now to win the World Cup. So after the group stage, there's a round of 32. Round of 16, round of 8, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So it's a lot. It's gonna take 8 games, and just going through the group stage for me it's a win for Canada.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, actually, last World Cup in 2022, we scored like our first goal in a World Cup, right?
Alfonso Davis, yeah.
By
The header.
Alfonso Davis. Yeah, so it's
Fresh,
we're young at playing World Cups. It's just
Exactly. Yeah.
yes, but the team is getting better and better. And I was looking at I followed the Copa America. I think we were eliminated by Argentina, right?
Yeah,
Semifinals.
yeah.
But I was like super excited. And I think that's when we discover, or that was like one of the first games of Jacob Schaffelberg.
Yeah.
So for people that don't understand why this is a big deal, Jacob Schaffelberg is from Kentville, Nova Scotia. So it's a small town in Nova Scotia. So he's from the Maritimes.
Yeah.
So it means a kid from the Maritimes playing in the Canada's national team will be in the World Cup. Anyone can become a player, right? That's like one of the illusions. And you were talking about this. Soccer is like it's an international language. It's not like it's not like French or English. It's if you play it, then you can communicate with anyone. Like I would go to play here in Moncton, and I would play with people from everywhere, and we don't speak the same language, but at the same time we can communicate, right? So for the World Cup, what's something that people in Moncton should be looking forward to? We don't have games here in Moncton, but what should we looking forward to?
So basically, to start off about Jacob Schaffelberg, again, really amazing player growing up. Had a chance to play against him a few times. Amazing player, just out of this world. And to see him where he is right now, not even surprised. You know, he was already a very talented player, and really happy for him for what he's doing right now with the national team as well. You know, ambassador of our region, the Maritimes, and also ambassador of the sport international wise too, with playing in the MLS. But yeah, like, and that's what it's all about, you know, like when you come to any region here in the Maritimes, if it's at a turf field, a grass field, and you find people that are playing, you're gonna not just gonna find just typical Canadians, but you're gonna find people from different backgrounds, you know, and that's the beauty of football, soccer, is because it's not just a sport that, you know, we tend to just be like, oh, only this country plays it, only that. No, like everyone plays the game. It's the world's game. I've always said it's the world's game, you know, and to have the World Cup, you know, the biggest ever tournament event in the world, especially this time around because it's the biggest one with 48 teams in our background, in our backyard in Canada, that's something that could never be probably seen ever again in a long time, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I think it's gonna be good for just the Canadians to enjoy the games, the Maritimes as well. We're having events, I think on June 18th, if I'm not wrong. The World Cup is actually coming here to Moncton. They're doing an event, FIFA.
Okay.
Yeah, downtown Moncton at the Avenir Center. They're gonna be doing an event. So if you guys can come around that time, either June, Soccer NB has the information. If you go on the website, Soccer New Brunswick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
so it's a
look
whole
that
day,
up. Yeah.
whole day thing that will be happening in Moncton. That will be happening. There's also a few. The city will also be broadcasting a few games as well. That's something to look out for. And also one thing I can encourage people, you know, go and watch local matches for the youth, for the seniors, whatever. Just have a chance, go take an eye. Maybe you're watching the next Alfonso Davis, maybe you're watching the next Jacob Schaffelberg, right? So go ahead, watch those games, support the local teams, because a lot of volunteers, coaches, even board members, a lot of us put so much time into that as well. And just having people coming around and watching and will be really, really something that touch us in the heart.
I love it. I actually didn't know there were like many activities planned in the city around the World Cup, so that's really nice.
Yes.
It makes me like super excited.
Yes.
Because like I don't think my country is I'm from Honduras, and I don't think Honduras is hosting a World Cup anytime soon. No. You're helping govern the sport at national level, but I love to know for a newcomer family in Moncton to get a kid in the game today. How does that look like? what it actually costs, or what's a way they can start getting involved?
So there's some clubs that have programs for newcomers as well, just for them to understand a bit of the ecosystem, understand a bit of the structure, which is very important, especially for the parents. Less for the kids probably because they just want to play. More for the parents.
Yeah.
But there's like every club needs to have. For me, I think it needs to be a priority to have a sector or a department or like even a committee to help newcomers that are in the club, because the city even the province is growing very, very quickly, and we're having more of families, immigrants, refugees, and stuff like that come here. Even Canadians that come here don't understand the system. So I think that I encourage all the clubs to do that. I help them support to understand the cost, understand the time that it takes. There's definitely like people still doing it, and really thank to all the clubs to keep doing it. Some less, but what I can say is like there's obviously some obstacles. Obviously, just with the price of life going a bit higher now, the game costs a bit more to play, and I think it's also our responsibility to also find ways to make it more accessible to everyone. If it was me, to be honest, it would be free for everyone. I find that sports just in general should be free for everyone, because it's very, very, very important in everyday life. But yeah, I think it's also our responsibility, and we're definitely working on it to make sure that we make most accessible as we can. Obviously, there's some factors that we cannot do everything so rapidly. But yeah, it can cost a bit. There's a cost to it, obviously, depending on the levels you want to play.
Yeah.
But there's also people that are willing to help. There's a lot of association organizations that are there to help and to reduce that cost, or even not pay anything at all. So don't be scared as newcomers if you see the cost or anything like that. Just go around, ask your club or ask Soccer New Brunswick, how can we do? My son wants to play, maybe I can't do this, or what can I do? Because me growing up personally, my parents didn't have a lot. Growing up when we came, it was the community that helped us. Community people helped us with drives. We just bring us a practice, games, food, where to stay, fees, and those people helped us, and forever grateful for those people. But again, you just have to go out there, in this region especially, there's people with a very kind heart that are ready to help others, which is good.
Yes, yes. I think sports in general are a vehicle for integration. So I learn of families that have come here to Moncton, and they have teenagers, and they're growing up. They don't speak the language very well, and they need to find community, and they struggle in school also, because we have broken English, and we're trying to integrate. Sports can be a vehicle of integration. So I actually I thank you for being part of that. You're a community builder. So I thank you for being a community builder.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and yes, basically we as newcomers, we're not only like people who need help. We bring strength, we bring ideas, leadership. It's something you've mentioned before. What do you want the people listening to this in Moncton, in Dieppe, across New Brunswick, to actually do different after this conversation?
For me, exactly like I was just saying before, I want people to just be kind, be kind, be open to you, different people, be ready to help your others, have your brother, your sister. For me, everyone's a brother and sister, that's how I grew up in my family. So just be kind, willing to help others. And also for newcomers, don't be shy, come out. People are really here, especially here, I find people are so warm, welcoming. So just come out, people are gonna help you, gonna find solutions for you. And just look at me, like I came with nothing today, and look where I am at the moment. I probably would have never would have told you that I'll be, trying to make a difference, I would say, in my community. But this is just not me, but I find just like people who helped me, that pushed me, and the love that gave me to be where I am here today. And I'm forever grateful for that. And I just hope they just keep doing that and passing on for others. And then that's how we build a very strong, loving community.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Yes, I think I want to be a community builder too. Like I want people to come together, find commonalities, and just get along, right? So yeah. Again, I thank you for being a community builder. That's awesome. And yeah, like right now, my obviously I'm from Honduras. It's a small community. Probably we're less than 150 people. I think there's a bit more from Congo here in, because I've seen you playing for like a Congo team.
Yes.
Tell me about it. I want to know.
So we do have a strong community in even in Canada as general.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're one of the most represented African communities
Okay.
in Canada, probably the most French representative as well in Canada, in terms of the African diaspora. So we have a strong community. I'll say big community as well. We have tends to like do events a lot. It's in our culture. Yeah. So we do a lot of events around the whole Canada, in Ottawa, in Montreal, Vancouver, Moncton, and we love soccer. We love soccer, we love music, we love having fun. And basically we tend to do like tournaments here in Moncton. Nice. There's actually a tournament as well that's happening in Moncton. Okay. It's the TAM. It's the Tournoi Amical of Moncton. Okay. Basically there's different teams from around the world. For example, like Senegal, you have teams like Acadian, which is not a country, but like the Acadian people. They have a team, Canada has a team. Who else? Ivory Coast has a team. So there's a few more teams from Africa and around like the world that'll be playing in that tournament. And it's just a community league, which is very fun. So you just have to come around. There will be stands, food, music, very, very fun. And we usually put a team there most of the time. We put a team inside and we just play just friendly games and enjoy the warm weather.
Yes, I think it's important that we talk about this because this is my home now. Like Canada is my home now, but I can never forget where I'm from. And I love to represent my country as well, Honduras. Like I want to, like we get along with our community. For Independence Day, we come up with like our food and everything. We want to share. We want to share that with everyone. Like we want to share parts of our story to other people. So it's not like we're trying to get like secluded and just get into clusters and not work with anyone. It's just like we want to represent and share a bit about our community. So yeah, it's I want to share like everything that Latin America has to offer, because we even have like awesome restaurants coming into the city, salsa music. We have like dance groups. So
I've seen that actually.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
So yes, it's I'm not afraid or like I want to share about my community because I want like people around me to learn about like different cultures. Now Congo is going to the World Cup this summer. For the first time in 52 years. Yes. I think they were last time they were under like a different
Zaire.
Yes. Canada is hosting and Congo is playing. How do you feel about that?
So as long as they don't play each other, we're good for now. No, but yeah, it's honestly it's surreal. It's surreal because when I came to Canada, I never watched Congo at the World Cup, right? So when I came to Canada, I never watched Congo at the World Cup. When I came to Canada, soccer was not something in Canada. So I came in moments where like none of those two team, I would say nations, they definitely love the sport, but none of them were really at the international level. And now when I look back and with the time that's been like, I thank God for having the opportunity to just probably watch both teams at the World Cup, just to watch Canada play at the World Cup in Canada, which is never done before. It's the first time ever. I don't think people realize that's so crazy. Like, anyways, I don't. I don't think me. I'm a soccer lover. So like,
Right.
just to see where it comes, because I used to have debates with my friends at school. Like, oh yeah, like they'll be like, oh, hockey, football is bigger. But now it's like they're gonna see how big the World Cup is. I don't think we're gonna ever have this debate ever again. They will see for themselves, you know.
It's a bit close, yes.
And also watching Congo got the World Cup after 52 years. Even my parents never had the chance to watch that. So it's basically gonna be just amazing to have the chance to have both countries, you know, the World Cup and supporting them. And me, like I love the World Cup just because it's every 4 years. People forget it's every 4 years, and I'm not someone that just going to support just those two teams. I support almost every team just because I love watching football, and that's the highest of the highest, you know. And like everyone just dream of it. It's the peak of any sport event in the world. That's the peak, you know. It doesn't matter what sport it is. That's the number one sport. So like me, when I go there, like everything that I'm gonna be watching, it's just gonna be wow. You know, I'm gonna be like rooting for almost every team. Obviously, I have some of the teams I like more than others, but for me, that World Cup is gonna be special for me just because it's in Canada and it's different.
Yes, you know, I breathe and bleed soccer.
Exactly.
So
exactly. You understand too.
Yes, you know, when I speak English, like I pivot to soccer.
Okay.
I call it football.
Exactly. I started calling football, but you know, at some point, like no, I just let them. I just go with soccer for now. But when they will see other countries call it football, they'll understand probably.
Yes. And Honduras did not make it to the World Cup. We fell short. Haiti is going
to the World Cup.
Yeah, for us.
for that region.
Yes, but yeah, because I don't think only Panama from Central America was able to make it to World Cup. So
I watched that game because my friend
really
plays for Haiti.
Oh, you know someone.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Galvin Metisula. He's also half Congolese, half Haitian.
Okay.
So we kind of know him as well. And when they qualified, it was just amazing. Haiti, they never qualified. I think it was also like 52 years, something like that. Same thing as us. Same thing as Congo.
Same.
So basically it was just amazing just to see us, you know, Haiti going there, which is.
Yes, I mean they did surprise everyone because
exactly.
that group had Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Honduras, and Haiti. So
Haiti. So no one really even put their money on Haiti because we usually see either Honduras or Costa Rica sometimes, right?
Right.
And then you just see Haiti, it's like wow. But that's the magic thing about football.
Yeah.
Football, like as long as you believe you can do it, you can do it. You just have to believe first, you know? And that's how a lot of teams that got to the World Cup now, for example, even the small countries, like at the World Cup, I always tell people there's no small countries. Everyone now, football is practiced everywhere.
Yes.
You know, so like every team is a challenge. Like last year, like 4 years ago, was just a proof when Argentina played their first game and lost. The whole world shocked. The first game, it was like, you know, and then Argentina ended up winning the World Cup. So like the game is so magical, so unpredictable, and like we just love it. I just can't wait.
You know, there's a psychological factor. You can tell me, you can talk about it a bit more, because I feel our players in Honduras, whenever they're losing, they lose it in their minds. It's hard to come back from losing, because there's your mind comes into play, right? You start feeling like the game is harder, and I see like a lot of resilience in the Canadian national team. Like there's a lot of mental work that I think they've gone through to not give up on any game and just keep pushing. So yeah, I think there's like a lot of
exactly, and that's what I tell people, like when people watch a soccer game, they just see 11 players like against 11 players. But there's also in a staff, there's like I call them in French we say le travail invisible. So people that do the invisible work, those are the nutritionists, those are psychologists, the trainers, the goalkeeper trainers, all those people, the analysts, like all those little details very count, you know, and those are the people that make that difference. Like to get the players into the mindset of even if it's 5-0, we're gonna come back. You have to find a way to make them believe that. But those people work so relentlessly that obviously you don't see them. At the end of the day, we just see the players. But that factor, I think that's where Canada also, like, I find that they're good. They have a really good staff, good players, resilient. It doesn't matter, you know, which is good with Canada is like we get to play in Canada sometimes it's very cold, or in Latin America where it's very warm. So mentally, you always have to switch, especially when we have players that play in Europe. They're not used to either weather. They're not used to it. Yeah. So basically, when they come to play qualifiers and stuff like that,
the qualifiers, it's like Friday you're here and Monday you're
exactly. So like mentally, like you need to have a really good staff, people behind the scenes that are making those players, getting them ready for all those challenges ahead.
Yes, can you imagine what that does to a kid if you can instill those values and then how that's gonna benefit him or her in the future, right? To be resilient, to not give up.
Exactly.
Yes, I love that the Canada's national team, like it doesn't matter who they're playing.
Exactly.
Like they come with the attitude
Fire.
of winning. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So and maybe we can talk about this.
Exactly. When you see, like, for example, just a little paragraph like him, Moise Bombito is number 15 for Canada. His story is all about resilience. All about resilience, where he came from.
What's his story?
He was like drafted MLS. He was second division in the US, went up to first division, drafted MLS. And then from the MLS, no one really counted on him. He was not with the Montreal Impact. He was never with like because Montreal has a professional soccer team. So imagine having a guy that never played in your professional team end up playing for Nice in Ligue 1 in France. So it just show you like, he had to take the back doors, to go in and but that's the Canadian mentality. You don't give up, you keep going, you push, you create your own yourself, you learn, you just, and that's how that team is built, when you look at Alphonso Davies, same thing, obviously he went very quick to Bayern, but it was not easy at the start. He had to work his way up. And all of the other players, even Jonathan David, from scoring so many goals in Ligue 1 to not having big opportunities to still keep performing until Juventus came and called. So that resilience, you see it to a lot of players in that team. Especially when a guy I like on the Canadian national team, one of my favorite players as well is Richie Larea. Richie has...
He's left back, right?
He plays both left and right back.
Oh, yeah.
He has such passion and such fight in him and grit. It's just amazing to watch him play. I just love him. I just love him. When I put on the TV, it's like when you watch him and you're watching him play, imagine being in his team with the energy he gives you while he's playing. It's crazy.
Love it. Yes, I love it. One thing we did not cover, you said that the Acadian community understood your story in a way you didn't expect. That a community shaped by displacement recognized another one. How does that actually show up in your day-to-day life here?
It's very raw because I think a lot of Acadians are open. I find them, for me, that I've had a chance to be around, open-minded. A lot of them helped us a lot, very, very much, growing up in Dieppe. So we tend to just see probably 80% of the Acadians. So a lot of them really helped us going forward. I'm forever grateful for the Acadian community and really, really thank them for not just me, from whole family, from having us from school to even at university. And really it's something that, I just thank you. All my life, always had someone from Acadian origin be in my life and still today. So thank you to them. And we kind of share a similar story because they were also displaced as well. And they had to go to war and then coming here. And they kind of understand that, they were not already here. They had to be displaced and stuff. So when you explain to yourself what you went through and how you came here, they can also, kind of relate in a certain way. And it's really, 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 really very grateful. Thank God, to have been able to come in this region and have the chance to be around those people that can also, understand your story and welcome you. So it's really
yes. Good. I mean, I fell in love with just the layers of culture and texture that we have here in Moncton. I love going to. I was in an Acadian wedding last year, and I love all the traditions. It was incredible. And I don't speak Shak. Yeah, but I would I really need to I need to get an Acadian teacher to
Shak.
Yes, because I feel the obligation because I live in Dieppe. I need to. Yes. So, but yes, I think they're awesome awesome people. So
Yes.
yeah, we're lucky to be in this area of the country where we get like we get to interact with so many wonderful people from everywhere. So it's wonderful.
Exactly, and it's beautiful, and that's what I like, because just like people don't understand, like New Brunswick is officially the only like region in like North America
So unique.
that
Yes.
speaks French and English as bilingual. You know, you don't really see that everywhere, right? So it's very beautiful to see, and it's like you come here, you're French, you can speak French or English, you can speak English, you know, and I just love the fact they're just open the diversity around the province. It's very, very well.
Yes, I've enjoyed this conversation a lot. Let me just read a quick biography of you. So Héritier Masimengo was born in Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1998 during the war. His family fled when he was 6 and Canada became home. He could have gone anywhere for school, but he chose to stay in Moncton and play for the Université de Moncton. Today he's the East Region Director with Soccer New Brunswick, an executive board member at Soccer Dieppe, and he was recently appointed to Canada's Soccer's Incident Review Body, the national body that handles disciplinary decisions in the professional game. He's been giving back to soccer in this province since he was 14 years old. Thank you so much for this time. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much.
Yes.
God bless
Thank you so much for being a community builder. God bless you too.
Thank you very much, and thank you for everything you do as well. Taking the time to bring people here, speak about the stories. Really, really appreciate it. It was very, very warm, amazing moment that I had to be with you today. And if I had to do it every day, I would do it every day.
Let's do it every day. Thank you.